Hey everybody, hey y'all, it's Haja Scott, and I'm over here, y'all messing with these seedlings and getting them in. Can you see? I'm getting them, I'm repotting them. And so I just wanted to show y'all a couple of tips and tricks that I learned, because some of these I was like, they're ready to go. Come on, let's get this seedling in. It's ready to go. It's ready to go. Let's get it. You know, I really wanted to get it out in the garden, but it was too early. However, some of these did need to be repotted because they were, look at these roots. And so I wanted you to see how would you know from being in the seed trays that these were ready to go. Sometimes we look at, oh, because they got a lot of leaves or they're getting real tall. And I was like, oh, these are getting leggy, real tall. That's what I was thinking. But there are a couple of ways that we need to check. And so one of them that I found out is here, and I'll just show you if you can see this. Hey, welcome in, Wolfpack. Welcome in. So how you can tell is these are the seed leaves. These are the first leaves that came up. And so usually you have your two seed leaves, and then you have your more mature leaf, your true leaf. And so this one is pretty developed. A few days ago, they were pretty small like this, but they're becoming very developed. And then you also have another true leaf that's forming. If you can see here, another one that's forming. And so we're doing some gardening tips and tricks, Wolfpack. So I hope this will be something that's helpful to you and others that are watching, because this was great for me. And so you look at the leaves, but that's not only how you see. You can tell when these need to be transplanted. So another way is just looking at these right here, and these are packed together. I did not split them up, but you see under here, you see these roots. You can see some of the roots coming out the bottom. So everybody's like, oh, okay, the roots are coming out the bottom. Well, we bottom water, and so that pulls the roots down through the cells. That's not necessarily a bad thing. So how do we know that these are ready to transplant? Because some of these I wouldn't transplant right now. You know, they're just not ready. But I started seeing roots coming up through the top. I don't know if you can see this. You start seeing some roots, coming up through the top. Coming up through the top. And this is how you know, okay, wait. And of course, I'm going to lift one so you can see, just like I did these right here. You can pop this up through your cell, push up the bottom, push the bottom up, and then hold the actual plant, the stems. You're not going to damage it. Just try not to be so rough, and pull up. So as you push up, pull up, and if the soil doesn't break and collapse, if it's starting to break and collapse, leave it alone. Leave the seedling in there. It's not ready. But if you see the that the soil is whole, that means I'm holding the root down here. The roots have basically held this together. Look at that. Yep. Oh, you getting ready to start a garden for the first time? Oh, yes, honey. Okay, so I'm going to get you going, okay? But here, just watch some of this, because I've been starting my seedlings inside Wolfpack, and then check out some of the videos that I did here recently where I started my seedlings back here. This is just like 2 weeks ago. Some of them have been 3 weeks. I think 3 weeks. I got to check. But I know at least 2 weeks. And some of them pop up. Some of them, the seedlings pop up a little bit earlier than others. You always check the back of your seed packet. So we can definitely go over more of that and check out some of the videos on A Blaze and Grace, because I have a whole bunch of stuff that I put out, and I'm wanting to put out more, because some of this stuff I'm starting from scratch. The other things we did in the garden in the winter, in the fall and in the winter, and we're harvesting now. But this is for our spring and summer garden. So you see how well this stays together? This lets you know it's time to go. So if we were to leave this in these cells, if we were to leave it in there another week or two, these roots would get really, really tight. And sometimes it's hard for oxygen and things like that to get through there. And what happens is they call it gets root bound. And so it's almost like it's just getting used to getting stuck in here. And you will see roots coming up through the top. And those plants, seedlings sometimes are hard to save. Hey, welcome in, fam. What's up, Erica? What's up? So these are ready to go. Now in here, I'm going to show you a little bit what I did. And this is kind of a unique pot. I decided to put a few of them together. They're going to grow in here for another few weeks before their time to go into the garden. So in here, if you can see, I have this soil. I have my potting soil, organic potting soil that kind of has all the nutrients and everything in there. Y'all don't laugh at my little plastic spoon. You know, it's not like I don't have dirt under my nails, but I'm trying not to get a whole bunch. Here, let me show you here. And so you can see that this has like some perlite, which is good for aeration. Make sure it has enough airflow. It has some other things in there, probably some little moss pieces. These little pieces here, pieces of moss, cocoa coir or moss that kind of helps with absorption, moisture absorption. And so I have the soil. That's the soil I kind of put at the base of this. And then inside I put some plant food. Actually, this isn't the plant food that I used in this one. This bag was empty and I put some more in here. It's not the brand that I use, but plant food, some fertilizer. And that's what this white is right here. That white that's in there. And I just kind of made a canal and put it in there. And then now I'm going to put the dirt up around it. And then we're going to water it with a little bit more fertilizer. And we're going to set these guys and they're going to be ready to go. And so, and before I go, Wolfpack, since you are a brand new gardener, I'll actually show you a little bit, some of the other seeds that I started here. Now, Erica, I hope you are starting your garden over here in the DMV and getting things started, because you know, this is the time we're in. And your sister, I've been getting on her to get this garden going, because you know, she's got the green thumb of the family. But some of us are learning. So we're here to learn. We're here to garden together. We're here to do this and start small. Nobody has, you don't have to be out there trying to be, you know, Farmer John, you know, but this is definitely helping where we are now with the time of life we're in, being able to supplement with our grocery bills, and then also just the health of what is going in our food. We know what we're growing here. So here's another one. I'll do one more because I think I'm going to try to get 5 in here. So here's another one. Now I see a couple of little, well, I thought that was a root, but I don't see as many roots. So if I pull this up and the soil starts to like kind of loosen, and just not the soil on top, but like I don't have any roots that's holding it, I'm going to leave it in there because I don't want to ruin this little baby. So I'm going to push up from the bottom and I'm holding the top, I'm holding the stems and I'm pulling up. Oh yeah, I see some roots. Gosh, come on. There we go. So yeah. These are ready to go, y'all. And I got a bunch of these. I got the squashes all ready to go too. So again, I should use my tool. Let me use my tool instead of using this plastic spoon being real ghetto. This is my tool so that I can make a hole down here, get the roots in, and there we go. Now I'm going to put some more soil. And y'all, we can do them, you can do them in any containers. I have some of these little containers, just not anything too big, you know. I have some cups I'm reusing, I washed out, and so these are some plant cups. You can use those as well. But I gotta put it in a slightly bigger pot so that it just has a little bit more room to develop before we get it outside, because the temperatures, I know, Erica, where you are, the temperatures are definitely probably not staying above where they need to be, which is like 60, 70, and even for zucchini, they like warm weather. So we can't put these in the ground just yet. So here I am putting some soil in. I'm so excited because I was like, I need to start doing some videos, because people are always asking me, oh man, I wasted soil on the ground, y'all. People are always asking me off on the side. I'm like, I need to take time when I'm doing this and just do a video. Usually I don't take the time to set up the camera and all that stuff. So, all right, so here we are. Got some good soil in here. Then we're going to water it just a little bit, because you can see the soil also has a lot of moisture as well. And so you don't want it to be too moist. But because you're going to water, you're going to continue watering, but you don't need it to be like soaking wet. Again, some of that we don't want the root rot. So as you can see, you see how deep I planted these? And then I put the soil on top, and I'm going to press the soil down, because again, these need to be able to stand on their own. They like to be snug, you know, and in this pot, there's a lot more room for them to be snug and stand up so that these stems can develop, versus this. You see how this cell isn't really that deep. And so these were just leaning over after a while. They couldn't even stand up on their own. And so here I am. I'm going to go ahead and push this down. And I could probably stand to put some more soil in here, but it's good. I'm going to push them down. And these I know are going to develop really well. So I could tell that those root systems were really strong, developed, and they were just ready to get in. You know, they just ready to get in something that where they could really, they had enough room to grow and they could stand on their own. So I'm gonna put a little bit more soil, you guys. And sometimes they say also, especially like for tomato leaves and stuff like that. Take my little spoon out of here. You can actually plant them where if this is too long, like some of these beans right here, I'm probably gonna do those next. You can actually lay it to the side and kind of like, I would have like one in here in the center, and I kind of like lay it to the side and then push the dirt so that you only have like this much stem coming up. So there's different things that you can do. But this is zucchini, you guys. And I started doing zucchini in the fall. We planted it, and then from seed in September. I didn't pay attention to how long it needed to grow, to germinate, and then also just to grow to maturity. And by the time the cold winter came over here, y'all, in like what was that? Thanksgiving. Those zucchini, they couldn't stand a chance, honey. That was it. So here is this is my fertilized water. And so I actually just poured it in this cup. I have it in my big watering can, but I didn't want to bring that in the house. And so I'm just going to use this. Let me start here because it's probably going to drip. I'm just pour a little bit of water. So it has the fertilizer at the bottom, which is the granular one. And that's kind of the fertilizer you don't put in all the time. You kind of just once or twice, you know, kind of its life. You kind of put some in and you can put it in the soil. But like this is every like 14 days or something like that. It's a fertilizer and it's diluted. So I diluted it a little bit more because these are seedlings and not full plants. But every like 14 days or so when you water, you can put some fertilizer with it. So, and then of course, when we get ready to put these in the ground, we're going to put some compost with it. And so that is going to be really, really great to help these develop. Okay, so this is what it is, you guys. Transplanting these seedlings. I'm going to try to wipe my hands a little bit and show you a little bit about what I have over here. Here we go. So this is chard. And so it's usually it's considered like a leafy green, usually really pretty colors. So you see even the colors coming through here. Oh, you can't see, the camera's not even on it. There we go. This is a chard, and so I'm going to check these. As a matter of fact, I might play with one of them and check and see if they need to be transplanted, because they popped up really quick as well. And so probably got not a lot of roots at the bottom. I don't think that these are ready, but I'm going to show you and kind of lift up a little bit. So I'm going to gather these because I got a lot of leaves going. And chard loves, actually, they're very tolerant of warm weather, which, you know, you would think like a lot of the brassicas and leafy greens, they usually don't like the warm weather. See, even if I'm pulling this, y'all, it's not very strong. Okay, here it goes. It's coming up. But it's still breaking a little bit. So I'm going to leave this in here for a little bit longer. I don't want to stress out this plant too much. If we see which one isn't growing as much, we know that's the one I mess with. So here's a little bit more of what I have over here. The squash is over at the window, so you can't really see that. These are the beans, and so I'm going to check some of these roots here as well. Actually, I have a new one coming in. So most of the beans came in, and as you can see here, there's a new one that's coming in. These are peppers, and they say that these, you guys, probably won't even go in for like another 4 weeks. Peppers sometimes take like 5 weeks to develop inside. Here is our brandywine tomato, brandywine pink tomato, which is kind of like a beefsteak tomato. And then there's some cherry tomatoes. Where are they? Oh, they're back here. Those are still going. We got our basil, 2 types of basil, and then here are some of our herbs. And so another thing that we're going to do is we'll talk about before we put them out. And so you can see my face. Here I am. We'll talk a little bit about hardening these off. Oh, you love Swiss chard? See? Good, good, good. You need to get your garden started then, girl. It's time. And that's how I started. I just started small and I started with what I like. And so these zucchini plants, and all of them really, they need to be hardened off before. Let me see if I can get up. Y'all look a little crazy right now. Here we go. So they need to be hardened off before we put them out. And so that means they need to be acclimated to the weather a little bit more. And so I have a couple of them at the window right now where they're getting some breeze. They're learning how to kind of stand, their stems to get stronger in this weather. And then just also the temperatures, because you can keep your house temperatures how you want to, or in a greenhouse, you have the heating pads that you can use, the heating pads, the heating mats that you can use. And those can help you regulate the temperatures. But they're not going to have that out there. So we got to slowly, what they call, harden them off to get them ready to put in the ground. And so this is a step in what I'm doing right now is first transplanting them. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to harden off. We're going to kind of put them outside for a little bit of time during the day, put them at the window, things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. That's all I have for today. Actually, I got to get the rest of these seedlings done, so I can't man the camera, but hopefully that was a little bit of information for you. And Wolfpack, definitely continue to watch some of our videos. Also, I post from other gardeners because I learned from them and tips and things like that. But this is all about trial and error. So some things work, some things don't work, but for next time. So with that said, you guys, happy gardening. Enjoy. It's tax day. And guess what I'm not doing right now? It's taxes. And that's because a lot of my clients actually had the extension. And so I'm actually doing pretty good. And I can do some gardening stuff right now. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your tax day. Enjoy your gardening. And we will talk again soon.